to say welcome to this group and to this session. Actually the floor is yours. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Good morning.
Good morning.
Maybe before we start, I'd like to introduce ourselves. And I'd like to ask Akaffou to introduce herself.
Bonjour, je suis Sandrine Akaffou, travailleuse domestique et secrétaire générale adjointe de mon syndicat en Côte d'Ivoire.
My name is Vicky Kanyoka. I work for the International Domestic Workers Federation, and I'm the regional coordinator for Africa region, and I'm based in Tanzania. I'm here to represent the leadership of the International Domestic Workers Federation. Thank you.
Jeg siger lige noget til gruppen. Når de andre, når hun snakker engelsk, så skift over til kanal 1, fordi så kan I høre det på det originalsprog via højtalerne. Du behøver ikke sidde og tage højt ind og ud, og så skift til kanal 2, når der skal oversættes.
To start with, before Akaffou, who is a domestic worker herself, and also she's the leader in the Domestic Workers Union in Ivory Coast, I'd like to give the overview of the International Domestic Workers Federation. The International Domestic Workers Federation was established in 2013 in Uruguay when we had our first Congress. That was in Montevideo. And during the first Congress, we were able to have the first constitution of the International Domestic Workers Federation. And also it was the area whereby, or it was the time when we had the first election of the leadership of the International Domestic Workers Federation. Our federation is based from 6 regions. That is Africa, Asia, Latin America, North America, Caribbean, and now we have added MENA region, the Middle East and North Africa. In all these regions, we have representatives, and therefore we have the structure like other trade unions. We have the executive committee members, whereby we are having 2 representatives from each region, and also the secretariat, but also we have a general secretary who is not a domestic worker. But 2 representatives from each region must be a domestic worker or the ex-domestic worker. And also we have a Congress. A Congress is a body which is the biggest decision-making body in our federation. And therefore, we normally have the membership from our affiliates. What is the objective of our International Domestic Workers Federation? Is to protect and advance domestic workers' rights across the world. And currently, we have 68 affiliates. We have 68 affiliates from all the regions. This includes trade unions, most of them are trade unions, and the others are associations, specific in those countries which they don't recognize domestic workers. Like in my own country, Ethiopia, which now is coming positively, domestic workers are not recognized in the labor law. Therefore, in those specific countries, we do usually have associations. Therefore, we have 68 affiliates from 65 countries at global level. And therefore, what is the membership? The membership is almost, according to our recent data when we did the second Congress, we are having like 600,000 members, paid up members. What are the key objectives, key strategic areas in our federation. The first one is federation building. And when we say federation building, we mean we want to have many unions, strong unions of domestic workers. A federation cannot be big or strong if we don't have members. Therefore, we want to establish or to form as many trade unions for domestic workers across the world in different countries. But also this includes strengthening in their leadership. Strengthening of leadership. Domestic workers would like to see, like Akaffou, to be a strong leader in the union. Another area, our strategic area, is capacity building. Capacity building. What does it mean to us? We want to equip the knowledge and skills to our domestic workers on trade union issues and other issues like leadership skills. We are talking about other thematic areas like gender-based violence, Convention 189, negotiation skills, and also the education about or knowledge about what a trade union is, so that we strengthen the knowledge of trade unionism to our members. But another thing is advocacy. Advocacy, as you know, we got our international labor standard in 2011, June 16. And maybe you can join us because we are going to celebrate here in Geneva and in other countries. June 16 is our International Domestic Workers Day. That is when Convention 189 was adopted here in Geneva, and domestic workers participated. Therefore, one of our areas is campaign in the advocacy for the ratification of Convention 189. But not only Convention 189, because in other countries the priorities are legislations for domestic workers, of which also is a positive issue for us or for domestic workers. Therefore, advocate for legislations for domestic workers and other issues, policies related to domestic workers, including ending gender-based violence. Another area of our strategic area is migrant domestic workers and research. As you know, this now is a big issue. There is a big number of migrant domestic workers within the regions and abroad. Like if I can cite in Africa, a number of domestic workers are going to work to Middle East. Going to work to Middle East is not bad, but the abusive, the treatment, and the policies and the legislations which are these Middle East or Arabic countries are affecting our domestic workers. Therefore, we need to do a lot of research about policies, laws in the sending countries and in the receiving countries. And hence, we need to do a lot of knowledge awareness creation to our domestic workers, not only domestic workers, but even the government, even the employers, even the recruitment agencies. And also see what are the gaps so that we can iron these kind of problems. But another issue, and I'm very happy you are here, we are trying to leverage or to bring up the support. We would like to build the international support relationship with our partners. Like you are here now, Nordic. Maybe we are going to get partners from your countries, but also from within trade unions, so that we can work together to protect the rights of domestic workers. We recently have the Congress. Now, when it comes to ratification, I think right now we have 28 ratification. And Latin America have been heading, they have almost like 17. They have ratified in 17 countries. And the second is Europe. Then comes Africa, then comes Asia. And in North America, Latin America, we include Caribbean. Therefore, we have only 28 ratifications. ratification. But when it comes to legislation, there are some progressive in the respective countries, whereby we have legislations for domestic workers. There are key areas like contract, they are being improved in the countries. Now, during the second Congress, I would like to inform you that we had the second Congress in 2018, November, which was held in Cape Town. And just to inform you, our first president is Martha Whitbourne. She was a domestic worker for almost like 20 years, and then she became a general secretary for the Southern Domestic Workers Alliance in South Africa, and now she's also the first president of our federation. And we have the vice president from Argentina, from Latin America. Therefore, during this conference, which we had in Cape Town, we had some changes, but at least most of the executive committee members are existing there, and few of them are remaining of the first phase. Now, in the second Congress, we did the election, we did the amendment, but we had like 14 resolutions, which will be, from then we will take some priorities for our action, maybe for the year one. One of the priority or the resolution was ending violence to domestic workers. And this one, I would not like to talk more, and because we have a domestic worker here, she's going to share with you what kind of, or what type of abuse and exploitation they are getting as domestic workers when they are working at the workplace, which is a home. Therefore, this is one area of us, of the resolutions, whereby from these resolutions, which we came up with 14 of them, one being ending violence and harassment to domestic workers in their workplaces, we are going to have some activities and actions in each country so that we eliminate or even reduce the exploitation or the abuse of domestic workers in their workplace. And that's why today we are here joining together with other colleagues like the waste pickers, like the street vendors. We are here together because domestic workers are part, we are rating them also in the informal sector. If you remember the recommendation 204, formalizing the informal sector. Therefore, we are here working together to see that the issues which are happening to affecting the domestic workers in their workplaces are included in this coming, if all goes away, the Convention 190 on ending violence and harassment in the world of work. Thank you very much.